35 tracks, which brings our total for the Shazam over 5 years to $173. And finally, we want to look at our distribution to future DSPs. With our 5 singles on our 3 albums, it's going to be $7.95 per project, which is a total of $63.60. Multiply that by 5 years, we're looking at another $318. So factoring in all the add-ons that we have, DistroKid over a 5-year span is actually going to cost you $1,246. And that's not even talking about if you want to do cover songs, which with DistroKid is going to cost you an extra $12 per year per song. So if you just wanted to say, I release 5 covers every single year for the next 5 years.
I definitely want to do some cover tunes.
$300 that you're adding. Whereas with Lander, it's a $15 one-time charge for a cover song. So we're looking at $1,546 to distribute all of these things with DistroKid versus the one base fee on Lander. You're looking at $299.95. DistroKid is going to cost you $1,247 more than Lander to do the same thing that Lander is doing. I actually kind of found this out the hard way. If we go to my music, you can see all of my releases that I've used DistroKid for. Once I realized that I was paying annually for each and every single one of these things to have all of those features, I thought to myself, what happens when I get a really extensive library and I upload a bunch of albums, a bunch of songs? How much money am I actually going to be spending every single year?
Yeah, I'm going to have to. Yeah, it's going to take more than one day. I haven't been researching this lately. As far as music distribution, I've been mostly focusing on what I've been doing. I've spread myself so thin that I don't even know what I've been doing. My looper pedal, prepared to go perform in the subway. Next month, I definitely want to get those 2 portable Sharp battery-powered amplifiers to replace. I'm going to be taking my big Bose out there in the subway with my little Bose. Are those Bose? Yeah. I mean, iLouds. My bad. I'm going to be taking my iLouds, the big ones and the little ones out there with the battery power in the subway to get a fat sound. That's going to be playing in 4-part, 2 different monitors, 2 different personal monitors in stereo. So it's 4 altogether. But I've been concentrating on things like, and getting my studio up and running in here. Everything is good. Even with the Mac Mini in here in the bedroom studio, I had the little Mac Mini. I don't see any purpose to getting the big, even though it's only $500 and you can upgrade your own memory. That's definitely going to be a thing. I want to get the M4, definitely, and upgrade it. Right now I have I have my M1, what's it? What I have, an M2 in there? I have an M2 studio, Mac Studio in the living room, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's up and ready, even for Logic. For Logic, it's definitely ready. But some luxury item, I definitely want to get a different controller, a serious controller for the living room, and I'm going to take that O series, Phantom O series for outdoor performance. Need to program all that. I was doing pretty good with that. I can use the vocoder on there, and I can have a drum track. Can program my drums. I have to program the drums like a track drum. I'm not able to change the drums on there. Yeah, they need to upgrade that Phantom for real. But I want to put a controller in there, a nice controller maybe, All the controllers now are on the same level pretty much. I just want to make sure I do get a hammer action when I do that. But I have a serious, studio is pretty much, I just haven't been doing any projects. The looper pedal is ready and up and running and compact, and the seat and the travel, I can take that down wherever I want. I need to get over the fear of performing the looping pedal in the district areas. You know, I don't mind going down to Smithsonian playing because it's mostly tourists down there. I don't have to. The people in the city, there's nobody doing any looping pedal in the city. I did see a guy looping a long time ago before the pandemic. It was a guy playing the tracks with a viola. Black guy. He was killing it too. He was killing it. But you know, I say that to say I definitely can spend. Plus, I haven't been back on my piano lessons at all, which is no excuse. I can practice every day instead of messing with this. If I get rid of the computer stuff, I can start getting back on my piano lessons. And this keyboard here, it's not made to be moved around that much. When I do get it to where I have to bang on the keys real hard in order to get the velocity to work. See, look, that one just clicked. I played it in it. See, I'm playing soft and it triggered loud. Let me see. Sometimes I just go keep on banging it, and then it goes. See, it's doing it again. Escape, man. It's not doing it right. This is real soft. When it gets here, the escape, the velocity is acting up. Got to put this in the shop. But that's a luxury item there. That's a luxury thing to put this in the shop. But I'm definitely going to go with the long term. There's a CD baby. It looks like Disco Kid. I think this guy is leaning to Landon. Let me see if he has yeah, he has them on. Get. Now these does he have? He doesn't have no one-click distribution. Distributing your music pricing list. Release. But it's going to take a little bit of while. I might even want to wait till next month so I can pay for the whole thing at one time, whichever one's the best deal. Because I need to go run my car to inspection.
Which is included. It's going to be a lot of money. Here's a new thing about Lander that I actually didn't know about. You can actually import all of your songs that you distributed from another major distribution platform. All you have to do is enter the Spotify or Apple Music release URL and
excuse me.
Follow the process, and within some time they'll migrate all of your releases to their platform. So you're not stuck paying for these fees on DistroKid forever. You can just cancel your subscription and Lander's going to keep it up for you. So I know this wasn't the most entertaining video that I've done, but something that I wanted to inform you of as an artist myself who wants to save money, because, you know, artists be out here struggling sometimes and we can't always just be forking over money. You know, the best decision that I've made is switching my music from DistroKid to Landers. If you don't take anything else from this, the numbers don't lie. So do with this information what you will. I hope you make the right decision in your musical journey. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below in the comment section. Let me know if you found this.
See, do I have a microphone standing here? I'm just gonna put this on the side of the keyboard. I'm gonna be practicing in here.
Every time that I upload
This keyboard is good enough to practice on.
I love you guys, and as always,
I'm not going to be paying that much over the velocity unless I'm doing some serious concert piano music that's going to do some.
As a songwriter, Emmy-winning composer, and recording artist, I've used a lot of distributors to release my music, from AWOL.
You know, I'm not going to get into this right now. I'm going to have to watch this when I'm doing my downtime, or yeah. So I'm going to keep everything else in perspective. Right now, I'm ready to do a serious smoothie. Got to get a glass of water. I need to start drinking more water during the daytime. But, yeah, I'm going to watch all that on my downtime. Music distribution. I'm just gonna let this play for a minute.
DistroKid, Lander distribution, they will all get your music onto Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, but the ultimate distributor will have these 5 things that you need to look for. Number 5, a good distributor has fair and upfront pricing. And as an artist, you need to understand which pricing structure is going to serve you the best. Because there's a bunch of different options. For example, CD Baby has a one-time fee plus a back-end royalty split where they take a bit of your royalties. Let's contrast that with AWOL that has no fee at all. You can upload as many songs as you want and distribute them. However, they take a larger back-end cut, and that could cost you more in the long run depending on how many streams you have. Now, there's even another type of payment structure like DistroKid where you pay a subscription to get 100% of your royalties. However, with DistroKid, there's a bunch of hidden add-ons that you have to end up paying additional subscriptions for. And so DistroKid
I know that's right.
is not as upfront as some of these other options. And there's yet another type of pricing structure that Lander distribution uses that is all-inclusive. You get all of the extras, all of the add-ons. You get the mastering, the sample libraries, the plugins. You get their awesome collaboration software. You get their course library, and that's all included in the distribution subscription. Plus, you get to keep 100% of your royalties, you get unlimited music distribution, and you get a bunch of bonuses like free plugins. So with all of these different pricing models, such as CD Baby, which is a one-time price with a back-end cut, AWOL is only a back-end cut, all of these pricing models are slightly different. What does that mean for you as an independent artist who's looking to find the right fit? Well, firstly, I would avoid any free distribution because of the new Spotify fines that are being rolled out this year. In case you haven't heard, Spotify is going to start fining distributors for any bot streams that they find on your songs. And in turn, distributors are going to fine you, the artist. DistroKid has already had a lot of problems with this, and a lot of DistroKid users have been getting fined by DistroKid, and sometimes they haven't even done anything wrong. It's a false flag. Artists are mistakenly getting fined by the distributors, and that's usually happening on the lower priced or the free tiers because a lot of
See, it's a whole lot of stuff. You know what? There's been a whole bunch of changing in the music distribution, and it's been constantly changing. And the way that it's well, I'm not even the person to tell you, explain it to you. So you know, go search it yourself. I'm going to be researching it myself. So if anybody get any information or really positive things about which music distribution, everything's well, let me see, one-time fee or whatever it is, I don't want to get ripped off. It's going to take me a while to get into this. I guess, you know what, I'm going to set a goal before. Well, sometimes they say you don't want to wait until you're ready, just go into it. But I'm going to research all the way up until the 4th of July. 4th of July, I'm going to start on my Christmas songs. But, yeah, but let me just let that guy play. I mean,
artists that are using a lot of really cheap promotion tactics are on these free distributors. So whenever you're looking at these pricing plans and you see a free option, what I would think now is that this distributor has an option for a lot of beginner artists, a lot of artists that don't have a lot of budget, and they're going to use these low quality bot streaming platforms. They will be using these distributors as
yeah,
well,
I'm not going to use
because
the low budget. I'm
flood
going to pay
these
one
streaming
time for
platforms
the
out
best
cheap.
one I can get.
And so that's going to flood this distributor with a lot of fines from Spotify. You're a lot better off using a distributor that only has premium offerings, such as Lander. You can see that they don't have a free plan right off the bat. You need to commit $20 a month to get their whole Lander suite. Or
Yeah, I'm going to go for the whole.
a la carte, but
I'm going to go for the.
a year, and there's no free option. And TuneCore as well, they do have a free
At least
option,
$100
you'll notice that
start
doesn't
with.
distribute to Spotify. This is only social media distribution, so they technically only have a $20 a year plan to distribute your music. And most importantly, there are no hidden costs like with DistroKid. Check out this page where DistroKid actually reveals all of the extra subscriptions that you need to pay for per year, per song, That's going to drive up the price a lot. It's actually not upfront pricing with this.
I'm thinking I can.
Next, number 4, the ultimate distributor has a good royalty structure and low fees. Some places will have 0 fees like AWOL, but they'll take
Still
a
got hair around my
15% share of the revenue that
ear.
they collect. CD Baby's a hybrid.
You know what? Hold on. Let me go get my razor thing. I need to put the
then take 9%
cable on that
of your
thing.
download and streaming revenue. Other places like TuneCore will have a subscription and give you 100% of your royalties. DistroKid claims to do the same thing, but they have all of the album extras that you have to pay for yearly. So that's almost like paying them your royalties in advance before you even earn them. Lander is all inclusive. They give you 100% of your royalties if you sign up for their subscription. And you also get YouTube Content ID collection. There's a 20% commission on that. The same goes with Symphonic. It's almost identical to Lander. $19.99 a year, you keep 100% of your royalties. However, they keep 30% of your YouTube Content ID royalties, which is a bit more than Lander. And United Masters falls somewhere in the middle, $59.99. Keep 100% of your royalties. However, United Masters is not really upfront about how much they take out of your YouTube Content ID, your social media royalties. I can't find that anywhere on their website, which is a little bit of a bummer. I wish they were more upfront about that. That brings us to number 3. A great distributor has a lot of features, and not every distributor brings the same package. For example, does your distributor allow you to license cover songs during the distribution process? Or do you have to secure that license on your own? For example, with CD Baby, you need to go through licensing to license your cover songs. Now, it's super easy. I've done that before, but it's not in the distribution process. Whereas Lander distribution does allow you to secure a cover song license within the distribution flow. There's no outside company. All you have to do is check the box. But this is a great perk if you are an artist who really use cover song licensing a lot and you want it to be seamless and quick and upfront. Some other features to look for are automatic royalty splits. DistroKid offers that. TuneCore offers artist revenue splits in all of their plans. This is crucial if you want to collaborate with a producer or another artist, and it's important that the splits are fair and you don't want to do all the accounting yourself. Another feature to look for would be social media distribution, which a lot of distributors offer, including TuneCore. Just keep in mind, different distributors will take different cuts when they collect from social media. And finally, a lot of distributors offer professional services, which brings us to number 2 in our countdown. Professional services really come in 2 different flavors. First, there is the exclusive version, like what you have with United Masters, where you can become a United Masters partner. You're basically signed to a mini distribution deal, and you get professional services if you get selected. The same goes for AWOL. I've made a dedicated video on how AWOL works, where you can start with AWOL Core, which is their regular distribution service, but you could upgrade and ascend to these higher tiers of AWOL that offer professional services, but you have to be selected. This is the exclusive version of that. CD Baby also has their own version of this called CD Baby Stages, where they offer professional services, playlisting, all kinds of stuff, but it's all application and invite only. Then there's the other version of professional services where all you have to do is just sign up for the right tier and you get all of these features. One thing to check for is if your distributor reports to SoundScan, who in turn reports all of your streaming data to the Recording Industry Association of America. Those are the people who hand out gold and platinum records. Another professional service you might want are custom country exclusions, or lyric distribution, or maybe the ability to have a label name. You can see on TuneCore, having your own label name only exists at their highest plan, the professional plan. Same goes with DistroKid. You have to have the label account in order to have your own label name. Same goes for Lander, where you need Distribution Pro at least in order to get a custom label name. Some other things to look for would be the ability to update your metadata after distribution has already occurred. That's a really cool perk from Lander. They also include a cover art generator, which TuneCore also is rolling out. Lots of music distributors are also offering sync licensing opportunities like United Masters, TuneCore, CD Baby. They're all rolling out their own version of this catalog that your music is added to. Now, there's no promise that your music will actually get used by brands, but more and more distributors are enticing artists with this perk. Just understand that your song will be one of many. Now, the last item in our countdown that makes for the ultimate music distributor actually goes beyond music distribution. It has to do with what happens when you cancel your subscription. What happens if your payment lapses? Or does your distributor offer tools like mastering or courses or tools to help you release your song and market it more efficiently? Not every distributor offers these things, but there are a couple that stand out to me. Firstly, only CD Baby is completely static with the pricing, and you never have to pay another subscription once you've paid the $9.99. Now, CD Baby does take a cut of your royalties, but every other service is some kind of subscription that you must maintain. What happens if you can't pay your subscription anymore, or you decide to retire as an artist? What happens to your music? Does it get taken down? Well, for DistroKid, if you stop paying your subscription or your payment lapses, you have to pay this Leave a Legacy fee, which is $29 per single or $49 per album. Now remember, this is a fee for every single song if you wish to keep it in stores forever. However, with other distributors like Lander, you actually revert to a free plan that's very similar to AWOL, where you don't pay any monthly subscription anymore. Your music still stays in stores, except now AWOL and Lander, in their free version, will take a cut of your royalties. So Lander is almost like the perfect balance of TuneCore, DistroKid, and CD Baby, where you have the premium version of the distribution if you are an active subscriber. But if you ever decide to retire or discontinue releasing music, or you just want to pay for distribution a little differently, you can discontinue your Lander subscription and your music will still stay in stores. They'll just start taking a little bit of your back-end royalties instead of your subscription. This feature alone puts Lander near the top of the list for me, knowing that for certain my music will never be taken down. In fact, while we're here, Lander also offers a whole bunch of extras. They have their mastering plugin, which honestly deserves its own video. They have a sample library, free plugins, courses, and the collaboration room so that you can record your music remotely with other producers in a real-time Zoom room, except it's higher quality than Zoom. Another thing to look for is whether or not the distributor offers real human support. I know that CD Baby does email support, TuneCore does email support, Lander has support from real people, DistroKid, uncertain if they still have real people or if it's just all automated. I haven't used them in a while because they banned my account. I can't even log in. CD Baby also has this really awesome help center. TuneCore has their own version of this help center, just no live chat, unfortunately. For Symphonic, when you click help, you also navigate to a very similar help center with lots of great articles, but no live chat, unfortunately. You do have the knowledge base and the ability to create a request. For United Masters support, they just have this email form, which hopefully is quick. I've never tested it myself. But comparing everything side by side, I really love how Lander does have their help chat on every single page, whether you're logged in or not logged in. This makes it really easy to just type in your question and you get a ticket. And it makes a lot of sense that Lander would have really good support because there's so much more than just being a distributor. In fact,
I don't know
there's
which
so
one is
much
negative
that
or
Lander offers
positive.
in addition to distribution that it probably deserves its own video. So comment below if you'd like to see that. And also let me know in the comments below which one of these distributors you've seen today you'd like to see a dedicated video
This one
on,
has some
where I can
writing
dive a
on
little
it.
bit deeper for you. And before you go, click this video right here to watch my shootout between subscription-style distribution services like DistroKid and one-time payment distribution like CD Baby to find out which pricing structure is going to save you the most money.
Okay, this one's got to
When you
be.
choose a distributor for your music, you're really
Positive.
choosing a pricing structure and you're locked into that. For example, CD Baby is a single payment and no reoccurring fees to distribute a song or an album. It's only $9.99 to release a single or an album. DistroKid, on the other hand, is $22.99 yearly but you're able to upload unlimited songs onto Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and more. However, with DistroKid, there's an asterisk because there are the album extras, which are additional fees that you have to pay, sometimes one time at the time of distribution, but there are other fees such as the Store Maximizer and YouTube Content ID service that are subscriptions on top of your $22.99 base subscription. And so today we are going to compare and contrast the two pricing models of CD Baby and DistroKid.
I already think I'm going to go with
in
Landon.
6 scenarios. First, it's going to be the cost of just releasing one single, then an album, assuming that there's 10 tracks, then 5 singles and 3 albums in the first year. And obviously, since DistroKid is subscription, we want to see what that cost is over 5 years, right? Because CD Baby is going to have more of an upfront cost since it's a one-time pricing model, and DistroKid is going to have the cost spread out over years. So I wanted to make sure we understand the first year price and then
Still not
that
drinking
price
enough
as
water
it
at
evolves
night.
over 5 years. Next, and this is something that's very important, CD Baby actually takes a cut of your back-end royalties. You can see if you scroll down on their pricing page that they say they take 9% of your digital distribution revenue. So first we're going to calculate that for 100,000 streams and add that to the cost of CD Baby. Then we're going to recalculate that for 2 million streams, assuming that you're getting a lot of success and traction. We want to see what that 9% cost is going to incur as you achieve some success. And then we're going to calculate the all-in cost with all of the fees. For DistroKid, it's going to be all of the subscription fees and all of the add-ons that you would want to make your DistroKid subscription equal to what you're getting with CD Baby for free, or I should say included with the flat fee that CD Baby charges. So it's really this all-in cost that we care about between CD Baby and DistroKid with their 2 different pricing models with 5 singles and 3 albums over 5 years, and with CD Baby subtracting that 9% commission that they're taking off your royalties. So without further ado, let's start plugging in this spreadsheet, and we'll begin with CD Baby. CD Baby is going to be incredibly easy because we know that for a standard single and for a standard album, they're both the same price. It's $9.99 for both. So let's just plug in $9.99 and we'll do that twice. DistroKid is going to be slightly different. You need to find the subscription cost, which is $22.99 billed annually, and whether we release a single or an album, it's still going to be $22.99. So I will copy this over into both cells. However, this is where things get complicated because DistroKid has their album extras, and we do want to pay for these extras because otherwise we'll be getting a lesser service compared to CD Baby. For example, we do want to pay for this discovery pack that puts our music in Shazam and iPhone Siri and other music recognition apps. So this is an essential add-on that is an additional 99 cents per song per year, and so that's going to add a little bit of complication with the DistroKid calculation, but we'll take care of that in a bit. The Store Maximizer we're definitely going to want to have also because as new DSPs are introduced into the market, we want our music to be there as well. And that's an additional $7.95 per album per year, and it's the same for singles as well. YouTube Content ID, once again, we will want to pay for using DistroKid because this is how we get paid royalties when our music is used on YouTube. If you don't opt in for this, then you're going to miss out on the royalties that are generated when fans use your music in their videos. And I feel like that's essential for artists in this digital age. So let's plug in the numbers. And first, I need to move this $22.99 down into the base fee column. So I'm going to retype that out, and I'll do that for both. Next, the Leave a Legacy fee is $29 for a single, and it's $49 for the album. So that adds a lot right there because DistroKid actually pulls your music down if for some reason in the future you can't pay for this subscription anymore. Because remember, this is $22.99 per year reoccurring. CD Baby is a flat fee, non-reoccurring. So if for any reason you decide you don't want to produce any more new music, or you're retiring, let's say, but you want to keep your existing catalog live, you would need to pay this Leave a Legacy fee. And in order to make this equivalent to the CD Baby service, we need to include this in our comparison. Next, YouTube Content ID. That's going to be $4.95 for a single, and for an album, that's going to be $14.95. So that also adds quite a bit to DistroKid Now let's do Discovery on Shazam. That's not too bad. That's only 99 cents for a single and for an album. Considering there's 10 tracks in our example, that's going to be $9.90. And then lastly, future deliveries onto new DSPs. That's the same for both the single and an album.
I don't even know what DSP is.
75.
Right now, anyway.
So already, as you can see, this is producing a much higher cost for the first year, whether you're distributing just one single or you're distributing one album. So the true cost to release one single on DistroKid is actually $65.68, which is way more than CD Baby, and the cost to release an album on DistroKid for the first year is $104.59. But let's see how this plays out as we release more music and as more time goes on. That's what these next two columns are all about. So next, let's up your release schedule. Let's say you're doing 5 singles and 3 albums in the first year. So that DistroKid base fee is going to be exactly the same as before, because once again, this is still just the first year. This is almost like transferring the catalog or just having multiple releases in your first year. For CD Baby, that's a really easy calculation because it's just going to be this 9% cost times 8. So right here at face
Pretty
value,
sure I don't blow no
like
fuse.
CD Baby is
I
more
don't think I'm gonna blow a
expensive
fuse here.
$80 compared to
I put
the
my
subscription price of DistroKid. However,
shaver back
you need to
together, hair
include these
thing.
add-ons that you are getting.
I usually
with
like to
CD
plug it
Baby
into a
included.
circuit
DistroKid
breaker
charges
in
extra
case.
for those. So let's calculate the Leave a Legacy cost for 5 singles and 3 albums. Obviously, you don't have to pay for it up front, but you will want to pay for this eventually, so I am going to include it in this comparison. So for 5 singles, that's going to be 29 times 5, and for 3 albums, that's going to be 49 times 3, and we're going to add those two sums together to get a total of $292. So that's a huge cost, just to have the essential feature of having your music out with you. You put that included that's more than the entire distribution cost on CD just right there. So honestly, if you are planning to leave legacy, this right here alone really puts DistroKid higher. But remember, DistroKid doesn't take a
All right, it's working. I didn't shave my head properly. I know that's TMI information. Oh man. This is up and running. I can put this back in the
and that's going to be
in my
an
bathroom.
additional $69.
Clippers.
Then Discovery on Shazam.
Put a little bit of oil on here. Oh, I can use 3-in-1.
And lastly, getting future DSP deliveries is going to be an additional $62. So that brings us to a total of $400.
Yeah, I want to pay all that one time
cents
for the first year.
releasing 5 singles, 3 albums, just in the first year. Okay, guys, this is crazy. CD Baby is so much cheaper if you're looking just at the fees associated with distribution. Now, to be fair, this is going to change a lot when you include CD Baby's 9% commission on the streams that you generate in the future. So let's pretend that you are a hobbyist or you just don't know where your career is going to go. With DistroKid, you're pretty much already paying for all of the commissions up front. Even though they're advertising 0% commission on your streams, you're already paying for that in service fees. So we'll have to calculate exactly what the break-even point is. But if you're someone who wants to pay less now and you're okay with
No, I don't want to pay less now.
as your income grows at the same time, then CD Baby is the better choice because it's clear with DistroKid, you're just paying DistroKid upfront whether you get streams or not. Okay, in the next column, we're going to look at our same 5 singles and 3 albums, but over 5 years of time. Our time has passed now, and this is where DistroKid is really going to take a hit, but it's going to recover in the next 2 columns to be fair to DistroKid. So let's go through this really quick. We know that CD Baby being a flat fee is not going to change any efforts for this year. So this is salaries of Americans, non-citizens, and something that not going to increase because this is a one-time fee. So I'm just going to copy this over into the next column. But YouTube Content ID is a recurring fee, and that's going to be an additional $348 over the course of 5 years. Discovery on Shazam is going to be $173.25. And then lastly, future DSP deliveries is going to be $310. And remember, this is all published on DistroKid's website. I'm going to leave this link in the description below so that you can check my work and see for yourself that these are the real numbers. But let's figure out what this adds up to. So we have 114.95 plus 292 plus 348 plus 173.25 plus another 310. So that equals $1,238.20 over 5 years for our same 5 singles and 3 albums. That is a huge difference, but let's see what happens if we're actually successful, right? The main argument in favor of DistroKid is that they don't take a cut of your royalties, but let's see if that actually offsets the fees that you're going to be paying up front anyways. Because even though they take a 0% cut, that's not going to mean a lot if you're just overpaying in fees to begin with. First, let's calculate your cost as an artist generating 100,000 streams. And in order to do this, I'll use my Spotify royalty calculator, which I'll link in the description below also. So if you've worked hard and you've generated 100,000 streams, that's going to produce $180 roughly in royalties. And the math is easy to find out CD Baby's cut. All we need to do is take this 100 right here and change this to 9%. That means CD Baby will take $34.27 out of your roughly $380 royalty check. So you're still getting paid $346.53 even after CD Baby takes their cut. So that's not bad. To put things in perspective, $34 in fees for 100,000 streams is really not that bad at all. So I put that in the CD Baby row, and I'm going to add a plus in front of that, so we know that this is in addition to the $80 that we're paying in fees. DistroKid, as you know, does not take a commission, so I'm going to put plus $0 here. But let's see what the cost is for 2 million streams, because this would be an example of some really good success with your music, and I want to make sure that CD Baby isn't taking too much of a commission. So let's calculate that. I'm going to keep this at 9% so we can see what CD Baby takes. And for number of streams, I'm going to type 2 million. So this is a much larger commission, $685. Let's go ahead and copy that in, plus $685.44. That's a serious fee, but remember, this is only a 9% cut, so that means you're making $6,930 every time you have to pay that. So once again, this is an example of a model where you pay the fees as you become more successful, not upfront like DistroKid. So let's head over back to our chart, and once again, it's going to be the same for DistroKid, plus $0 in commissions for DistroKid. All right, so we finally made it. We need to add up our all-in cost, which for CD Baby is going to be this $80 plus $685, and then for DistroKid, it's going to be this $1,200 roughly plus nothing. So let's calculate that right now. Obviously for DistroKid, all we need to do is copy this number over into the final cell, and we have our all-in cost over 5 years for this catalog. CD Baby is going to require a calculator, so let's grab this number, paste that into our calculator. Then we need to add our $79.92, and that gives us an all-in cost of $765.36. So the choice is clear, folks. If you choose CD Baby, you are going to pay much less over time and across multiple releases compared to DistroKid. Don't let them lure you in with their low-cost subscription and unlimited uploads, because that's really not the case. You're really paying way more for all of the add-ons that pretty much come standard with other distributors, and with all of the reoccurring fees year after year, you just cannot beat the one-time price that CD Baby offers, and you never have to worry about your music getting taken down if you...
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research, because now he's pushing CD Baby, and the other one said Landon is the
is higher priced than just choosing CD Baby to begin with. So if you want to be a prolific artist and you do want to leave a legacy for future generations, there's only one choice, in my opinion, and that's CD Baby. Because even if you don't get a single stream on your songs,
I'm
you're
gonna
still
put
going to be paying roughly
Landon
4
up against
times
CD
less
Baby.
than DistroKid. And even if you get 2 million streams across your whole catalog, you're still paying around
CD Baby versus Landon. Let me see. Here it is. Why never use CD Baby for music distribution? Why never use CD Baby for music? That's the same thing again. It doesn't say Landon versus Disco Kid. They have all 3 of them here. Sound Exchange. I kind of like Landon, even though I haven't did his one. One of these distributions is disaster for new artists.
A few months ago, I released a distribution comparison video between CD Baby and DistroKid, focusing on the different pricing structures. Because when you choose a distributor,
I want to take this
that's really what
synthesizer
you decide
apart.
on. It's how are your royalties paid
I
out?
didn't do it
What fees do you
proper
have to
last
pay?
time.
And are you paying a subscription?
There's not
or
a lot of
one-time
screws
fee?
in here.
And are you getting charged for add-ons and stuff like that? And I think that video is really worth it. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave the link in the description.
How I
below.
do, I take some tape and turn it inside out, and then I lay my screws down
In this video,
at
I
the
want to
design
add
of the
language to
shape
mix
of the
because
keyboard.
We've been doing a distribution series
So I can
on
put 'em
Canva.
back in
A lot of
order.
You guys have asked questions about Lander.
Or I can
and
just lay 'em
I've thrown some
down
dedicated
somewhere where it's not going to be
videos
moved around.
recently. And it just
This right
makes
here
a
is
lot
not
of
going to be
sense
moved nowhere for a
to
while. So I'm
do
going to use this,
same
the shape of
analysis,
this
finding out what
my
the
dolly
true
here to
cost
put the
of Lander
screws.
distribution is for a single, for an album, and then now over time, 5 singles.
Let me
and
stop
4
my
albums
smoothie.
over 1 year, 5 singles, 4 albums over 5 years. This is basically just imitating what an active artist would be doing, and how much you would have to pay if you got 100,000 streams and also 2 million streams, right? Because some distributors do charge you a back-end fee, a cut of your royalties. Other distributors let you keep 100% of your royalties. And so the amount of streams that you're able to get can directly impact how much you're paying in fees to a distributor. And then, of course, lastly, I wanted to calculate the all-in cost. And spoiler alert, CD Baby is a lot cheaper than DistroKid in this scenario with multiple releases over 5
Okay,
years
here we are.
with 2 million
I'm hoping I
streams,
can take this whole plastic
across
thing
your
off of
catalog.
here.
CD Baby has
I mean,
a
it's
lot
metal.
less fees compared to
This thing is
DistroKid,
heavy.
and so that's why the overall all-in cost is cheaper after 5 years.
I might not
compared to
use a gig
DistroKid.
bag with this.
And
This thing is
with
solid though.
DistroKid, we had to do the add-ons because with CD Baby you get YouTube Content ID. So in order for it to be a fair comparison, we needed to add that DistroKid add-on in order for it to be apples to apples comparison. And we'll do the same thing with Lander. In fact, Lander also includes YouTube Content ID for free included in the base subscription. And so yet another reason why I needed to include the DistroKid add-on, because every other distributor is including things like leaving your music up, even if your subscription lapses, right? That's something that Lander does. DistroKid doesn't.
Okay,
do
let me
that.
look at
It's
this.
a legal
Ah!
fee. So in order for it to be equal, you have to include these costs. So with that being said, I want to plug in some numbers for Lander distribution. And I have their regular distribution. I have Lander Distribution Pro because they do have a premium tier that you can opt in for faster support and more features.
Okay, I'm gonna start on the edges.
And then there's
Just
also
2
Lander
screws.
Studio, which
Whoa,
we
this
covered
thing is
Lander
heavy,
Studio in
man.
another video. I'll link that video in the description below. But what Lander Studio is, it's almost like a software.
This would be my study. Well, if the back doesn't come off pretty easy, it's gonna just be my study synthesizer
mastering software, you get a whole bunch of stuff. So
in-house.
I'm gonna do 3 separate comparisons.
If I can get this off, I don't have to buy another synthesizer for outdoors.
Getting Lander Distribution Pro, or maybe you just want Lander Distribution Standard. It's totally up to you. I want to just get all the numbers out there. I actually don't have any clue where this is going to end up because I'm doing this live on camera, basically. I don't have the math sorted out yet. We're just going to discover this together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the Lander website, and here's their pricing page, right? Distribution basic is $23.99 a year. You get unlimited releases. You get 100% of your royalties. sent to over 150 digital stores, and you get YouTube Content ID included. It's not an add-on like in DistroKid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop $23.99 right here in base fee. And also another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a parallel situation just in case you want some of these tracks to be cover songs, because Lander does include built-in cover song licensing for $15 per license, which is a great deal. They talk about that here. Here it is, easy cover song licensing, $15 per track. It's the same $15 license fee no matter what tier of distribution you have. So I'm going to create a parallel situation where these are all cover songs, just in case if you're a cover song artist and you need to know what your costs will be getting these licenses, because it's required by law to get the statutory license before you upload a cover song that you did not write. You don't have to pay this fee if you're uploading original music, obviously, so I just want to make that clear. So the base fee for Lander Distribution Standard, $23.99, or they're calling it Distribution Basic. If you go for Distribution Pro, that's $44.99 a year. So I'm going to pop that in to this column right
Yeah,
here.
this going to take a little study, and I'm just going to listen to these
What you get is more advanced
YouTube
recording,
things for the
even more
next,
advanced features surrounding your
into the
release,
first
such
of the
as
month.
a custom label name. You get to have custom release dates, country exclusions.
Nothing's coming off so
delivery of
far.
high-quality formats, which is more of an Apple Music thing. And then you also have the ability to update your metadata, which is a really cool feature. So all of that is in Distribution Pro. You might be
I'm
able
gonna
to
line
see
these
the same
screws
level
up
cost
in the shape
over
of
the
my
course of this
keyboard.
scenario, multiple releases, multiple years, 100,000.
Those two over there for the
whole
ends.
scenario.
This
And maybe
one
I'll expand this chart in a future video.
just came
Let me
off
know in the comments if there's any scenario
here.
that you want to hear about, and I can do the math and we can just discover all of this together. I think this is just a great way to explore what these distributors are charging in the real world, because just saying, DistroKid, $22.99 a year, it's not really the full picture. If you want all these other things that you're getting,
I'm gonna open up my
with
front
distributors,
door, get a little
right?
circulation in here.
That's Lander Distribution Pro. And then the third level of this comparison is I want to get Lander Studio included. Once again, Lander Studio is the bundle of everything Lander has to offer.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Distribution, sample library plugins, there's session software, and I forgot to mention we also have course library where you can learn how to promote your
I'm going to
music.
spend, how many years I've been,
all kinds of stuff you learn about.
I'm going to spend
stuff like that. So Lander Studio is
a long
the
time
ultimate
on
thing
this
to get from
distribution
them.
thing
And
here.
distribution is included. If you get essentials, you get the basic distribution. If
I'm
you
going,
get standard,
well, I
you
know
get
I want to
pro
definitely do
distribution.
something
And then if you get
on
pro,
my
you also
6-9 birthday. That's
how
next
the
year.
distribution plays
So I
out
want to
is
be
what's
up and
included
running
in
by
the
my birthday.
bundle. So what I want to do is just take standard, because it's kind of the best of both worlds. You get distribution pro in standard. You're just getting the bundle of everything else, and so that's $143 a year. And I'll just drop this in. Obviously, you're getting a lot more than just distribution, but I want to include this in the comparison because it is an option. $143.88 a year. So,
Amen.
now, right off the bat, obviously, $143.88 per year is a lot more than CD Baby and DistroKid, but it's more than just distribution. You're getting a bundle of software, multiple features. You're getting mastering credits. You're getting sample library credits. So this is really a software suite. You're also getting plugins included for your digital audio workstation for producing.
All the screws
music.
look like they're about the
Lander
same
Studio
size.
is going to be more expensive than just distribution. This is the only thing that's not truly an apples to apples comparison. Lander Studio is oranges all the way down. It's a completely different thing. You get distribution included though, so that's why I wanted to include it in this chart. So let's move down the columns, and we're gonna see how the prices evolve as you are active as an artist, right? So releasing one single, it's gonna cost you $9.99 with CD Baby, because CD Baby is a one-time cost for lifetime distribution, but they do take a back-end cut of your royalty, which is why there are these columns, right? You can see CD Baby does charge you about $34 every time you get 100,000 streams. That also equates to $685 for every 2 million streams, because CD Baby does take around 9% of your royalty is in addition to this fee. Now, DistroKid has all of these add-on charges, right? The base fee is $22.99, very similar to the base
Okay, that's
fee
all
of
the
Land
screws out the
Distribution
back.
Standard, but only $1 difference. But with DistroKid, you have to pay the
Except for the
legal
little
fee
holding
in order
things
for
to
your
hold
music to
the
stay
little
in
brace
stores
screws.
after your subscription is canceled
like it's loose,
or
too.
lapses or the eventual
Feels like it's
value of
loose
the
as a goose.
DistroKid, right? So you have to pay
vacuum
$29
this-
per track
this,
per release.
thing.
When Lander Distribution actually keeps your music live, even if you cancel your subscription. What happens is that Lander goes into a different pricing model and will start to
Kinda
take
messy here.
once
I've been
the
seeing this
subscription
little
is
piece of
canceled. The good
incense
news is that there's no upfront
in my
fee.
apartment for
And
the longest
secondly,
time. I don't like to
no
throw away
worry
little things
about
like this. I
accidentally
have a little
not
junk
qualifying because it's automatic. Lander will automatically
plate.
switch you
I put
over.
little
They
things
will
on
never
like
take
that.
your music down when your subscription is either canceled or you discontinue from Lander one day. Maybe you just retire from music, but you want your catalog to stay live. Obviously, that's your legacy, as DistroKid calls it. DistroKid just charges you for that legacy. Same thing with YouTube Content ID. That's included with Lander Distribution. It's covered under the base fee. DistroKid, however, charges you extra. DistroKid also charges you for Shazam. As well as key foreign streaming services like Angami and you're good to go. Alright, so there you have it. $23.99 for the Lander Distribution fee. If you are a cover song artist, keep in mind there's a $15 cover song licensing fee. That's really the only add-on that Lander Distribution offers. And so the total for releasing one single with Lander is $38.99. If you want to go with Lander Distribution Pro, it'll be $44.99.
This one has,
which is the bundle of everything.
or the keyboard is sliding out already.
$143.
And it has a little
Okay,
Allen
so we
wrench,
have now one album. This is
for the
really
take the
easy
top
for
off.
Lander because
I'm gonna take up
everything
all
is
of
literally
these
going to be the
buttons
exact
first.
same price because
If they
with
come
Lander,
off,
you have
yeah.
unlimited uploads with your subscription. So I'm just going to copy everything over.
Take the
The
big
cover
ones
song
off.
total will be completely different because you'd have to pay for
These are all the
licenses
same
for
size,
actual
it look
licenses
like.
for all covers, right? So if you did a 10-track
Let's see.
cover song album, you'd
Yeah,
have
these are all the
$100
same size, so I can just pop these off.
for the 10 licenses. So now the cover song total is going to be $173.99, which is not surprising at all.
Ugh.
Cover song licenses cost money no matter who you go with. Whether you go with Lander or another company like Easy Song Licensing, they're going to charge you somewhere between $15 and $20 per license, depending on what type of license you're trying to secure. The one that Lander offers covers all streaming services, so it's a good option if you need cover song licensing. And there's your cost right there. Next column, if you release 5 singles and 3 albums your first year, no surprise, once again, this is going to be the exact same cost. So I'm going to copy this over. If you do Lander Distribution Basic, it's $23.99 for all of these releases your first year. It's a flat rate, unlimited song release situation. So your 5 singles and your 3 albums, it's all covered by this $23.99. The same thing goes with Lander Distribution Pro. It's still covered under the $44.99 yearly subscription fee. You just get the premium add-ons, such as the metadata updates and the custom labeling and advanced.
Some of these I'm gonna have to use my big pliers
And
on.
Lander Studio, same thing. No matter how many times you release, no matter how many
Is
times
that
you
it?
master your songs, no matter how many
Humanity coming in here
times you use
already?
your sample library credits, it's all the same.
I'm gonna open up my
price.
front door. I
Which is
used to get a
really
little
great.
bit more
It's really
circulation.
Upfront, it's fair.
It's just this room is kind of
And
stuffy.
these add-ons,
I have all these
price
monitors
changes.
on too. I don't need all these monitors
Now, let's look at
on.
the cover song situation, because,
One
if
monitor would
you
be
do
enough. I'm
5
not doing any
singles and 3
projects.
albums, let's say that they're all cover songs, right? That's going to be a ton of fees for cover song licensing. Remember, this is not the distributor's fault, right? By law, you need to secure a license to release your cover songs. Lander actually just makes it very simple. But if you were going to release 3 10-track albums and 5 singles, that's, let me do some math offhand real quick. So that would be $525 in licensing fees, plus the $23.99 for the base subscription. That gets you to $548.99 if you're a cover song artist and you need to secure all of these licenses. Now, the great thing about this is if you're releasing original music that you've written yourself, you don't have to worry about these cover song licensing fees. If you're uploading
That goes
cover
without
songs
saying.
without securing a license, it's only a matter of time before those tracks are going to get taken down, or you might get a letter from a publisher saying that you violated law or you're in trouble. They're going to come after you. So these cover song licenses.
Oh, I have to
must
island
secure.
rent, little teeny island rent.
Okay, so now let's take this scenario and let's take your same 5 singles, your same 3 albums, but now over 5 years, you're going to have multiple subscription costs. So this is going to be simple. We're going to take all of these subscription costs, multiply them by 5. So $23.99 times 5, that's going to have a total of $119.95. So I'll paste that in right here. Same thing with Lander Distribution Pro, $224.95 over 5 years. In Lander Studio, if you want to go for gold and get all the extras, multiply that times 5, and you're paying only $719. Sounds like a lot, but remember, this is 5 years of getting all of that software. So, okay, so here's that breakdown there. Nothing changes for your cover song licensing. So I'm just going to move that over, and we're going to do, add these two together. So there's
Okay, here's my Allen
your
wrench.
cover song artists and all of these
Screw.
licenses really do add up over time.
Little
This
teeny,
is kind of a ridiculous situation, but
little
I
teeny
know that
screw
some
here.
artists will release 3 albums of cover songs, and some artists don't write their own music, right? This is a real situation for some people. It's just going to be the minority of people. So next, the fun part about Lander Distribution is that they don't take any of your royalties on the back end, and you keep 100% of your royalties. And so this is going to be really simple. Basically, we've already come to the final values of what you're going to be charged by Lander Distribution if you use them for 5 years and you get 2 million streams releasing your 3 albums and your 5 singles. So let's compare that really quick to DistroKid, because the add-ons just
Allen
absolutely
wrench
kill
is-
artists, right? By the time you've been an artist for 5 years and you released your 3 albums and your 5 singles, DistroKid has already charged you over $1,200.
Oh, it's a whole
in
bunch of these.
fees, right? Because DistroKid doesn't take any of your royalties. They basically just charge you up front, royalties in advance, basically. Right before you even earned a penny, they're charging you. So what a huge difference, right? Moving from DistroKid to Lander, you can even afford Lander Studio and get all of the software. You can get all of their mastering, their sample library, their plugins, right? Everything that's included in Lander Studio. Even switching to Lander Studio is going to save you tons of money compared to DistroKid. However, you might not even need Lander Studio. You might choose Lander Distribution Pro or Lander Distribution Standard. Right? You're going to save tons of money. The most you would ever spend over those 5 years releasing all the music you could ever want is $224.95. Contrast that with DistroKid, right? They make their base fee look really nice and low.
Whoops.
But remember, you're not leaving a legacy. You're not getting YouTube content ID. You're not getting these basic things. When you are with Lander and you are with CD Baby, right? I'm just trying to be super fair and just state things as they are. And if you want to compare the services on an equal
One
playing
under
field,
here.
we need to
I
have
ripped
these
this off.
add-ons. Otherwise,
It's been on
the
there so
new
long.
paperwork
It's
that
starting to
they-
dry
they're gonna
rot.
strip down lower quality service.
That's not a good,
But then it's almost
I can
like
put a
why not
piece of-
just pay
I can
$1
Goo Gone
per
that.
year for Lander Distribution? Is it really
I
that
didn't
much
look
of a
for the Goo Gone
financial
last
strain
time I was at
to
the
go from
$1.25
$22.99
tree.
to $23.99 for a whole year, right? So that's why DistroKid to me still has a really outdated pricing model. They're just hoping to make all of this money in add-ons and upsells when Lander Distribution is all in. And of course, you'd have to pay for these cover song licenses with DistroKid also. Lander just makes it really easy because it's seamless. It's literally a checkbox during the distribution process, where you can secure these licenses. The Lander team does all of the work for you. You don't have to reach out to any publishers. You don't have to do any paperwork. It's just a really easy way to legally release cover songs on Spotify and get paid for doing so. So let me just quickly fill out these cells. They'll all be $0 because whether you have 100,000.
Now I see why people just go ahead and let somebody else
does not
do all the
charge
work
you,
and
for that.
just take a cut and
CD
pay.
Baby, however, does because CD Baby does take 9% of your streaming revenue, just as a reminder. So that's why there are
Okay.
additional costs in these cells.
This is
But
this
enough
all.
though,
Whoop,
even
that
with
counts. It's
CD
coming
Baby
right
taking
off.
some of the royalties,
Coming
their
right off.
long-term price model
Whoop.
is
Here's
still
my
much cheaper
something
than
still
distribution.
plugged in here.
However, we're going to compare CD Baby to Lander now because distribution is so
My,
expensive. It's not even.
Whoa.
It's not even.
Whoa,
a
this
challenge
came
to
right out
who
there.
is more affordable. Who's the better option? for you? But CD Baby
thingy
is
there.
a very viable option.
I gotta plug this
especially
back
because
in.
it's a one-time
It popped
pricing
out
structure.
without me
The music
seeing it.
stays up for life.
I took it off
So
without
let's
looking
compare
though.
that. The all-in cost for Lander Distribution Basic.
I can use
for
the
2 million streams across your whole catalog over
app
5
if
years.
I don't plug
It's
this
the
back
same
in.
exact number, $119.95. That's basically just the base.
And if I don't use
distribution
the
cost
pitch
multiplied
bend
by
wheel.
5, because it's an all-in cost.
These
The
lights come on?
subscription, gives you everything you need for unlimited releases and you keep 100% of royalties when you get YouTube Content ID. You just are missing out the custom labeling and you don't get to set your release dates. You just have to set your releases for ASAP, which is usually around 5 to 7 days. So if you don't care about exact release dates, you're just trying to get your stuff out there and you want to promote it, get on Spotify playlist or trigger the algorithm and all that good stuff, then you're fine with Lander Distribution Basic. Let's look at Lander Distribution Pro. It's just going to be this number, which is the $44.99 multiplied by 5.
I'm not gonna worry about that for now. I took off that little part.
Over 5
That's a
million
screen. I can use the
catalog,
app.
15 million streams. Remember, Lander doesn't charge you.
I can use the app. Now, if I don't want to use the pitch bend wheel, this cover, I could keep this on. I should have never took the cover off.
Nothing would change here. Whereas using CD Baby, they would charge you 9% of that revenue.
Should have never
right?
took
So
this off.
the math is actually very easy and simple with Lander. It's just join Lander, join their subscription. Everything is included, no strange hidden add-ons where they make money value. That's not how Lander works. That's why it's such a good plan. I'm not trying to pretend to be the only distributors we're talking about. We're just focusing in on these for this video. But lastly, let's just take a look at Lander Studio Pro. Let's just say you wanted the whole shebang, you wanted everything Lander has to offer, right? We just take this number, which is the base fee for Lander Studio Pro multiplied by 5, and even that is way cheaper than DistroKid. In fact, it's about the same cost as CD Baby. Lander Studio Pro is basically the same cost as CD Baby. That's actually a really interesting conclusion that we
The
just
back is what I really want to take off.
So, look, all these distributors are going to get you
Oh,
All
oh!
these distributors are.
Oh, the keyboard just
are
fell out.
serving thousands upon thousands
Still plugged
of
in.
artists.
Oh,
You, thankfully, in this day and age, have the luxury of choice. And you get to choose exactly how and when you want to charge for what feature set, right? And if you like a feature set that is like Lander, where everything's covered, all you have to do is just stay on the number, then Lander Distribution.
oh
can be for you.
shoot!
And
I
if you
ripped
wanna check
something
that
out of here.
I did reach out to
Something
Lander.
else.
They are offering a discount coupon in the description below.
This look like this just plugs right back in.
So if you want to check out Lander,
I don't see
highly
where
recommend
though.
just securing that discount because saving money is always good. Doing that is also an incredible way to support the channel, and also hit like and subscribe if this video is helpful to you. But in conclusion, you get to choose the pricing model because there are so many distribution options nowadays. So I hope that this video and this breakdown and analysis of just how Lander charges and how that compares to
I should've left the top on.
how CD Baby charges their fees, right? Every distributor is slightly different, and so you go ahead and choose whatever pricing model just feels the best for you, because we do have the luxury of choice in this day and age in the music industry. And I think that no matter what you do, your distributor is not going to make or break your music career. You need to do correct marketing, you need great branding. And if you have any questions about that, go ahead and reach out to the Indie Music Academy. We have great marketing programs. We have great marketing services that can help you get on Spotify playlists. We can help you run your Spotify ads. All that stuff is available.
Okay, I had this off.
And so if you need that, go ahead.
Hardest part is gonna be getting that back in
Go to the
there.
website, Indie Music
I see it where it
Academy.
goes,
All
though.
that is available for you there.
It looks like I can be. Looks like I'm gonna be able to
Is one of the
remove
most
this
important choices. It's
big
going
old
to be the
metal
tool
piece
that
here. This
brings
is
your
just
catalog to the
weight.
world and makes it available on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. So
Yeah, it
with
looks
that,
like
I
I'm
hope
gonna
this
be
video
able
was
to do
super
this.
helpful to you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And remember, if you didn't see my original video comparing CD Baby and DistroKid side by side, there's a lot of additional information in that video that I just didn't get a chance to mention in this Lander edition. So go ahead and click the link that's going to pop up on the screen right now to check out that video so you can get the rest of the story. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a future video.
Oh, this pops off? Yeah. Okay, here we
Lander
are.
is one of my favorite music distributors.
Yeah, this
because
thing
you
is
earn
just
100%
weighty.
of your royalties.
Even the
and music
keyboard,
never gets
this
taken
part is
down,
heavy.
Even if you cancel, then you get a ton of professional features for your music career, such as
See, this is the weight. All the weight is in this thing here.
cover song licensing, which we'll go over today, promotion tools, and so much more. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the whole distribution process.
If this
step by
slides
step
out, I'm in
the
business.
Lander distribution. But just as a
If I can
recap,
slide this out
distribution is just one part
and
of
have
the
it come
entire
on,
suite of tools that you
I
get
have my
in
cake
the
and eat it
studio.
too.
And if you're new, I already filmed a complete walkthrough of the whole platform.
I'm gonna
I'll
go
link
for
that in
this
the
part
description
here.
below. And also in the description is the 20% off coupon code that I asked Lander to provide viewers of this video. So if you want to grab an account, follow along on this video, and release your music on over 150 stores, including Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music, then click the link below to save money on your Lander account. So here I am now in the music distribution part of their app, and let's click Start a Release to begin distribution. If you're following along, here's what you'll need to get started. First, you're going to need your fully mixed and mastered audio ready for distribution. Then you'll need all of the track data and all the release information, including credits. Then you'll also need your album art completely finished, ready for upload. Then you'll need all the applicable licenses and sample clearances if you're using samples in your track. And lastly, we'll select the distribution territories before launching this to the world. Today, I'm actually going to distribute a cover song that I mastered in Lander Mastering. What I did is I uploaded the WAV file from my studio, and I put the finishing touches on the track using Lander's AI mastering. And it didn't change much, but it did give me that last maybe 5% that I wanted. And it's almost like getting a second pair of ears on the audio. And so because I used Lander Mastering, my track is already in their system, and I can just click Add a Track, and it'll be here in my library of WAV files. You can also just drag and drop your WAV file into this box here, but since it's already in my account, I'm just going to select the mastered audio, and it'll add to my release. Now that my audio is uploaded, I need to give all of the general information and track data for this song, and below you'll even see that I need to upload any documents that prove I have the rights to release this. I'm going to go over that later in the video, but it starts out really easy. First, you just answer these two checkboxes. Is this track already released? And do you have your own ISRC code?
Come on,
This is
baby.
important, especially if you're transferring
on out of
your music
there.
from a
What is
different
connected?
distributor onto Lander. Because if you
This is
distributed
just
your
glue?
song already, then you do have an ISRC code. And
That's
once
just
I click
glue?
this box, the
Uh-huh, it's
ISRC
just one
code
more
will
piece.
appear. Now, you can also purchase ISRCs on other platforms and bring them in. Some mastering engineers will do this for you. So you might have ISRCs even if you're releasing your song for the first time.
Like everything's
Either way,
coming out.
Answering these two
Where's the
questions
on
will
and
give you
off?
the correct fields so that you can fill out the correct information for your track. If I was
That's gonna be
transferring my
connected.
track from another distributor, I would type my ISRC code here. But today, I'm going to leave both of these
I
boxes.
think I'm going to
unchecked.
be able to get rid of
Now
this
that
shell.
Lander Distribution provide a free ISRC for me. I added in my track
4
title,
screws,
select
5
the
screws
language,
here.
and be sure to follow the guidelines listed here below. By not following these style guides, your music might either get rejected or just completely reformatted during the music upload process. So getting it right here is going to keep it consistent across all streaming platforms. If
I think I'm already gonna go with Landon, but I'm gonna make sure I see, look, research, because sometimes the people that's producing or distributing these different ones, they only give you the best. They don't give you the drawbacks. And then some drawbacks could be developing next month on these things. It's ever changing.
By not putting a start time, it'll just default to the social media platform's default timestamp. But if you want to scrub through your track above and find the best part, you can then insert the timestamp right here and make it a little more customized for your song. Next, scrolling down, we need to specify what artists are on the track. And if you're using a new Lander account, just like my test account, you'll see no one in the dropdown. So just start typing the artist name. Once you've typed the name correctly, click Create a New Artist to create that artist in Lander.
So say this goes. What? There, it just popped right out.
Now, if you've used other
These two go
before and
together.
you have music currently released, you're going to check this box. So
Now
that
this
you
is
can
what
link
the
the
weight,
existing
this is the
Spotify
part of the
profiles and
keyboard that I wanted to get rid of. This is why the thing is so heavy.
That way your
Say it
new
built like a
music
tank.
actually
Yeah, it's
gets
built like a
distributed
tank, all
into a
right.
Separate artist profile,
extra tank
creating
stuff I didn't
duplicate
need.
profiles for your same band or for your same artist. So
I might
since
wanna
you
take
have
this
used
out
other
if I
distributors
can.
before, and this artist does have profiles on Spotify, we're gonna go through this step really quick.
If this will come out.
Nice. Once all profiles are linked, go ahead and click the Add Artist button. Now this next part.
Oh, this
can
is
be a
just
little
one
tricky
big piece
depending
here.
on your situation,
Does this
how you're
come out?
collaborating with other musicians, and how to properly credit them. And
Here's
it's
a little
important to know
piece
that
of something
depending
here.
on where you place an
This came off of
artist's name
something.
in one of these fields, it'll appear differently on Spotify. For example, placing a second artist as a primary artist will ensure that both artists receive
This came off the
release
front. It's a
and
light
their discographies.
somewhere.
I'll show you an example because this is what I did on my last release. Here's my track Broken, and you can see that my name and the name of my collaborator.
Yeah, this is a
are
lot lighter
both
than-
listed on this track, which is normal. But if you go to my Spotify profile,
Heaviest
you'll see
thing
that
now is this
it's in my
keyboard.
discography. And if you go to his Spotify profile, you'll see that it's in his discography also. So if you want that situation and you want the credits to appear in that way, then list you and your collaborators as primary artists. Now in these other two fields, both featured artists and remixers are not treated the same.
I should put these screws back in
This
here.
Taylor Swift song
So
is
they'll
an
be out of the
example
way.
because it's credited
I'm gonna
as
put
Taylor
these
Swift
screws
and
back
Post
in
Malone on this track, Fortnite.
If I need them,
However,
they'll be
if you
here.
go over to Post Malone's
If I
profile,
can take this part
you'll
off.
see that this is not appearing in his discography, it's appearing down below in the Appears On section. And that's because he's a featured artist, not another primary artist. So if that's
Yeah,
not
I'm gonna have to
appropriate
keep.
your situation,
Once I
your
keep
collaborator
listening to
needs
something
featured
over and over
artist
again,
needs
after a
to
while it
appear
starts
here on
making
Spotify
sense.
rather than here on Spotify, then you're gonna want to place that artist name
Start
here in this
comprehending.
featured artist box. Scrolling down, remixers will also be treated in that same way, and their credit will show in the Appears On section on Spotify. So use that if that's applicable for you. And contributors is going to be pretty rare, but you can add these additional roles if you need to. And lastly, under producers, this is where you get to credit the producers of this track, and this appears in a unique place on Spotify as well. If we pull up that same Taylor Swift track and we click the three dots, we can view the credits, and you'll see right here this track is produced by Jack Antonoff and Taylor Swift. So use this producers box to accomplish that as well for your release. Scrolling down under lyrics, I think Lander scanned my audio and correctly determined that this was an instrumental. So this box came already checked for me, but if I uncheck the box, then you'll see some more settings for lyrical pieces, such as specifying if your track contains explicit lyrics, the language of the lyrics, as well as any lyricists that you'd like to credit. Definitely credit yourself if you are a singer-songwriter. You can add yourself here, and be sure to use your legal name. This is how I would fill it out if this was for my own song. I would type my first and last name, my legal name, and then if you are a self-published artist, which means that you own your own publishing and you're not signed to a publishing deal, then just check the box to get rid of that publisher field because you are your own publisher. If you are signed to a publishing deal, or you have set up a separate publishing entity, which some songwriters do, then you'll simply put the publisher's legal name here in the box below. After adding your lyricists, they'll show up right here. But again, since this is actually an instrumental, I'm just going to check the box. Next is the composition type, and this is very straightforward. If this is your original song, just leave this item checked and add yourself as a composer by putting your first and last name. And similarly to the last step, check this box if you are self-published or put in the publisher. It's as simple as that. However, if you are covering a song, it actually gets a little more exciting. Change the composition type to cover song, and now we have some more options. If you still
Yeah, I'll put
need
these
to
screws in
license
here
your
so at
cover
least
song,
they'll
which
be
is required by law,
where I'm
since
going.
I need a
If I want to put
license,
this thing back
and Lander
together.
will secure that license for you. It's super convenient. All you have to do is
Now,
pay
see, if-
$15.
When I get the money to
one
do
time.
something like this,
It's
I just
not
send this over
recurring,
to
and
Anonymous
they'll get the
and
license
ask him
for
to-
you. This is a super
to
good
remake
feature
this
at a
on
great
a-
price because
on a
other
lighter
websites
scale,
oftentimes
or I
charge
send
more
him
than
a
$15
bunch
to
of
do
carbon
that.
fiber
Now, if
and
you already
some way
have
to
a cover song
melt them
license,
together, let
check
him,
the box, I already have a license,
the ball will be in
and
his
you'll be
field then.
required to upload
Can
that
replace
proof of
all
rights
this with carbon
document
fiber.
down below. If you already
This is
bought
where
a
the
cover
weight
song
is. This
license
is
from
part of the
another
weight
website,
here.
just go to your order receipt,
And that
click
top cover
proof
too.
of licensing, and download
But
your proof of
I need to
license
remove that,
document with all of your license numbers from that service.
Oh, what's this?
Once that has been
This slipped
downloaded,
off?
go ahead and add that document in the proof of right section. Choose
Oh, that's
other
just a
in the
piece of tape.
drop-down and
I thought
select
this was a piece of
upload file.
electronics
Then you can now drag
connection.
your license into Lander. This is so Lander
Now, all I
knows
need to
that
do
you
is,
have
this
all
is
the
weight
necessary
too.
permission,
All I gotta
and
do
they
is,
can have it on file
I don't
and
need this
have your
I
back.
can take this
If
LCD off
anyone, including Spotify or
and
anyone
mount it
else,
somewhere else.
questions whether or not
Let's see.
you should be distributing this track. Now,
Probably
I don't
just
want
pop
to
it
move on
out.
too far because we're still in this composition
Probably just pops
section.
out.
I wanted to talk about cover song licenses. If you are going to use Lander's built-in cover
And
song
my
licensing,
pitch bend
and you need
mutilation
a license
wheel.
still, go ahead and click
Yeah, this is just a
link
little-
to
this
open
is
the
some weight
Mechanical
too, man.
Licensing Collective song
This
database.
is, yeah, I can feel
Using
this.
this
I mean,
database, they call it the MLC Public
this
Works
got some
Search.
serious weight
This
to
is
it,
where
even
you
though it's
put
the lightest thing.
exact information that you're going
The
to
circuitry
place
is the lightest
here
thing. The
in this
keyboard, all I
cover
need is a
song
keyboard and a
licensing
circuitry.
section of your distribution. Let me show you how this works. Again, the track that I'm distributing today is called I've Got Rhythm. It's by George Gershwin, and I'm going to put all of that information into the MLC Works Search. Once I put all of the criteria that I know of in these fields, and honestly, I just use Google a little bit to help me out here.
It's only
I'm gonna
really
click search,
three pieces
and
here.
The MLC Public Works
Once I take
Search
the,
is going to spit
everything
back
else is gonna have to be
all of the
remade out of
information
light
I need
plastic.
for licensing. Now, if you
Yeah,
cannot find the
when I
song
get,
that
like I
you're
said, I'm
covering
gonna
in
stop
this
saying
database,
yes,
then
but
you're gonna
when.
have to
When I
unfortunately
get the
reach
money
out
for something like
directly
this, I just
to
send
the
this over to
owner of the
Anonymous
rights. You have to reach out
and
to
let
the
him do
publisher.
this
And if it's an obscure
part of the
song,
stuff
maybe the artist is
himself.
self-published, and the only way to get their permission is
I
to
can redo
contact
this
them
cover
directly,
myself.
then that's what you need to do. This is a really helpful tool.
I know
if
you
the
trace
song is
everything
in the
onto a
system.
piece of
I just
paper
want you to know
first.
that this is just a database.
Then you can
and it does
reproduce
not
it onto
contain
a,
every song that was ever written
another
in
piece
all
of-
time. So here are my results.
So I
and
was
by the way,
successful
this top
taking the,
result is looking correct. I know that the writers are
synthesizer
George
apart.
Gershwin and Ira Gershwin, and I'm going to use this information inside
Yeah.
of the distribution process right here. So the original song title is I've Got Rhythm, so I'm going to type that in right here. The original performing artists are right here, and I'm going to click in for more information. You can see it listed down below. And this is a tricky
Mr.
situation
Turner,
because there's over
somebody
15,000
called me like
recordings.
3 times
You
last
can
night, but I
use
didn't feel like
George
talking.
Gershwin and Ira Gershwin as
Now I
the
need to know
original
what time he
artists.
wake up. I can go over there today
Simple. And over here, the
Get my
original
phone
composers are going to do
and
the
drop,
same. I'm going to use the information provided by the MLC
I can use
to
duct
list
tape
the correct composers for this cover.
to do this
I
over
have
with.
all the information I need right here in this writers section. So I'm going to use George Gershwin and Ira Gershwin along with the publisher name WC Music Corp here in this Add a Composer pop-up box.
once I get this all put back together,
There you
put
have it.
together, or
Now I've
reassembled,
provided Lander
then I
with
can duct
everything
tape
that
it
they
together
need
and
to secure this cover song license
put it into
for
the
me.
gig
And
bag,
honestly,
and then
it's
I
so
need to go to the
nicely
hardware store and get a
streamlined
butterfly
within the
nut
distribution process, so I don't have
for
to
the
use
stand,
some
so I
other
can tilt it.
website to secure the rights and then
You know, I was
upload
gonna order,
the
you
rights
know, it's a whole bunch.
documents down below.
I saw this
And honestly,
online for like
sometimes
almost
pay more
under $50.
than
This
$15
is
to do all this.
for
So
my
now that my cover song
my Korg
license
D1,
request
the
is
power,
fully completed, I'm
thingy.
going to scroll down
I'll
to
leave
the
it right
license
here.
content section of this
What's
upload.
this?
This is where you specify if your track is 100% original. That means
What is this?
every instrument you recorded with a microphone.
Cord.
and there
Oh,
are
this
no
is the wire
samples
for the
and
cord.
no loops, and nothing from a library was used in your recording. For me, that's the case because
Yeah,
I
that's
recorded
my
the piano.
Cord.
with
I
my
have to
own
order
notes,
another one of
recorded
those.
straight into my DAW, and there's no samples. However, a lot of you are going to be in a situation where you are using loops. You're using the royalty-free
wash this.
samples either included in your DAW or you
Yeah, it's going
subscribe
to take
a
a little while for
royalty-free
me to
sample
figure out
library
which
such
way
as
to go as
random
far as
samples
the
or
music
Splice
distribution, but that's
or
just
the
another
other
step in
libraries that give you
heading in the
exclusive
right
sample
direction.
libraries. Now, most of the time, you won't need to upload any proof of rights or anything if you check this second box because this is all royalty-free
Sort of getting ready to
stuff.
go work back
However,
in
if
the
your track
subway
does
too.
contain
I can
licensed
travel light as
samples or
possible.
beats or pieces of
Light as
commercially released content,
possible. With
such
these
as a
glasses
clip
always
from a
stay
movie
crooked, man.
or a radio broadcast or a television show.
I wonder if I'm
and you do have the
eligible
rights
for
to
another
use
pair of
it,
glasses.
then you'll need to check this third box and upload your proof of rights so that Lander can have on file proof that you are using that beat legally, or you have licensed the dialogue from that movie that you're using as a sample in your song and gotten the correct permissions in order to actually monetize someone else's creative work. For the purposes of this song, this track is 100% original, once again, because I just used microphones. And I'm going to check the box to confirm that I have all the necessary rights for the distribution of this track. And because I am using the built-in cover song licensing that Lander is providing, I don't need to upload any proof of cover song licensing. They're going to secure it for me. So now I'm all good with this track and I'm going to hit save. All right, that was a lot to cover and I wanted to include a ton of detail because from here on out, all you need to do is just repeat that process as you add more tracks. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to do that on camera, but repeat everything that I just showed you and follow the same logic in clearing all of your licenses and everything that you need to do for your whole album or whatever you are trying to distribute.
Doesn't
Once
look
you've
like
done
it's
that,
much
you have all
humidity
your tracks
outside.
Loaded into Lander. Go ahead and click next at the bottom right. On the
But
next
that
screen,
thing,
you
I
need
took
to
that
input
thing
the
apart,
last
man.
information, and
Low
Lander
battery.
detected that I'm releasing a single because I only added one track to the queue. If you are releasing an EP or an album, you'll do that for your album at each step. Follow along.
Yeah,
with the
I
you can
took that
imagine the
apart.
release information, almost like being the information that you're going to put on the physical CD. Whether there's a 10-track album,
I
or
put these
a
screws
single
back in here
song
too,
on that
so I'm not gonna
physical
use them.
CD, you still need to specify the details of the release in addition to any song or songs that are contained on that CD. So let's go through this form. Has the single been released before? In my case, no, but if it has been in your case, just indicate the date of the original release. Do you have a label? It's yes or no. You just enter the label name. Next, specify the composition owner, master recording owner, and the respective years for this release. Lander just pulled the information from the song, but if it was
2 or
different
6,
for any reason,
2
for
or
example,
6,
if I
these
was going
ones.
to a record label, then I would have to update the ownership details for the release. Everything looks good here, so I'm going to click next on the bottom right. And next we're going to upload the cover art. If you already have your cover art made using traditional methods like through Photoshop, hiring a designer, or even using Canva, then you can just drag the final file into this box right here. Or you can generate cover art using AI, which is a brand new feature that Lander has just rolled out. I'm not going to spend time on this today because I already have my file made. I'm just going to drag this into the upload area. We are now in the home stretch. All we need to do is decide a few details about our release. The first is deciding if you want your song to go live on a specific release date, or if you'd rather have distribution happen as soon as possible. I recommend setting a release date because you can build your marketing plan around a specific day, and you can also share an accurate countdown and focus your release efforts on day one, which you should do. Next, down below, select which services you would like to distribute to. Nearly every artist is going to have every box checked. I can't think of a reason why you wouldn't want your music to be on some platforms and not on others, unless if there was some other distribution deal that you're part of and you had to manage that. But that's not what this video is about. Usually independent artists will distribute everywhere. There's just one thing I want to point out, and it's that classical and jazz are not able to be sent to Apple Music. So you'll find this unchecked by default if you are a classical or a jazz musician. I actually had to change the genre for this tutorial just to have this not grayed out, because I know you guys would be curious in the comments. But this is not a Lander specific thing. This is true of every distributor because it's actually an Apple Classical rule. Apple Classical is a curated music library unlike the rest of Apple Music. So us independent artists can't upload classical music to Apple Classical. I actually have a dedicated video on that. I'll link it in the description below if you're curious about going down that rabbit hole. Speaking of restrictions, cover songs cannot be distributed to social media because the license doesn't cover it. So because this whole tutorial is revolving around a cover song, you'll see that all of these boxes are grayed out. But if you were distributing your original song, you would have the ability to check all of these boxes and indeed distribute to social media platforms. Lastly, at the bottom, you can restrict certain countries and certain territories if you wanted to. However, once again, I don't know why the average artist would, and so I'm going to leave this unchecked. Again, if you have some kind of specific situation or a specific distribution deal in addition to Lander, then you might need to use this feature, but most of us will never touch this. After you're done with this screen, click Next at the bottom right to continue to review. This is your final check to ensure that everything is perfect. Check your spelling, check the spelling on your album art, and make sure that everything from the genre to the artist credits, everything that we covered in this video is perfectly accurate, especially the information if you are going to secure a cover song license. That should be perfectly accurate as well.
Oh. No, I didn't cut off the Mac wasn't plugged in there, was it? Mac was plugged in there? Mac not supposed to be plugged in there? Was it? No. Okay. Plug into the wrong plug. This is plugged into the wrong.
Oh, I'm still alive. Forgot. What am I doing here? I have my downtime computer up. I do feel a little bit of humidity coming out of the coming from the window, just a little. Here's my spices. I just picked some fresh spices from my hydroponics. Looking good over there. Hydroponics. Looking like a little garden. Going to eat spaghetti for breakfast, so I don't have to worry about being late eating breakfast. Finish my smoothie. I think I'm going to go into the looper pedal section and close these windows. It is a little humidity coming in. A little humid. Close my blinds, or it's a help cut down on some of that heat or humidity coming in the window. I want to sit down here in the looper pedal section and drink my smoothie and let y'all guys hear what I'm gonna go into one of the sides of the Go mixer. Close this, it's a little humid, a little heat coming in the window. I don't have an adapter. That's okay. I'm pretty sure I was going in the right. Pretty sure I was going into the right input. I never did check that live. I never checked that live to see if it was okay. Let me see. Actually, I probably could do it right now. Let me see if I can check my live from yesterday. Oh. I'm live now. Saturday. This should be, is this it? No, that's not it. I don't see the live. I need to probably go to, I probably have it not,
probably on private right now. Let's see. Content. Live. Okay. Okay, Saturday live. I know it was a lot longer than that. 16 minutes? I go last Saturday? Friday? It must have been way back here. Let's see. No. Oh, it's just not showing up. It's probably I have it I bet you I have it. Patience, no anxiety. Patience. I should take a little morning blast. Here we are. Lives. Okay, here we are. Yeah, it's locked. Saturday. I was 2 hours on this one. Private, public. They say you're supposed to leave it untitled or private for a while so YouTube can look at it and figure out where they're going to put it. Right? I did have 11:0. This is probably it though. Let me look. I never got a sound check. Oh, this is me walking around upstairs. Did I ever do the looper? Okay, here's the looper pedal. Took me a while to get this hooked up.
Walking here trying to
I had the shoes off.
They over here fishing, man.
This is where I took a break. I'm just starting here. Pretty sure it's on the last part or... No, I'm in the car. Okay, I just opened up one Saturday. 2 hours. Is this it? That's why I went outside. Saturday morning studio update. Did I do the looping pedal on this last part? That's upstairs.
We didn't do this,
I never did get the looping pedal on this one. I know I had the looping pedal.
metal balls there, make it lighter, then slide it into the.
Saturday morning, 2 hours. I know I did the looping power the first hour. Looping power. It's not going in. It's not plugged in. Or that's not even plugged in. It's not plugged into the
They real one?
I'm not gonna worry about it. It didn't come out good. It's not going into the Go mixer. Let me go into the Go mixer right now so you can hear the difference. And plus I'm live, I can give myself a sound check. Batteries. Why it's not that loud? It's not turned all the way up. Yeah, I need to put some more volume on my live.
So tell me what you think. I just lost the viewer. So live, it's like the shorts.
Yeah, I didn't get a good it didn't go into the looper thing. Let me check myself out live here now. I can give myself a sound check. I need to change that change the thumbnail too. And plus put it in the categories. This is going to be Street Performing 101, Daily Grind, Just Talk, and Mr. Piano, Just Talk. And I go here, down here to the unclick the middle one. And it's going to be live right here now. Change my thumbnail. See what I have in the downloads. No pictures, documents, my pictures, a whole bunch of them here. What? What's this? Oh, okay. Let's go check me out. Let's go check me out. Go live.
Forgot about the basils.
All right.
All right.
Now I want to. I want to turn this off now. I'm gonna get a sound check in a minute. Cause I'm gonna move up the, upstep the sound quality. I'm gonna come through my phantom microphone. Then I'm gonna hook up my looper pedal, sit over here and drink the rest of my smoothie. Give myself a thumbs up. Let's get ready to go to the looper pedal. Right, that's right there. Let me put in my batteries so you can get a better sound quality. All right, we have the microphones on and phantom power, everything's on. Now we should have a different sound. Get myself a sound check here now. There we are. There we are. There we are. Let me get over here and I'm gonna turn my monitor, I'm going wireless coming out. And I'm gonna be going wireless going into this Bose up here. Try to get a sound check. I'm not gonna do socks. I want to get a different color polish, brown. I think black. Even though I'm not really worried about, I'm concerned. I want to be true to myself, but I don't want to offend anybody. Turn power up. Up, and I have a plug for a mini USB in case my saxophone goes goes dead. And we are headphone, wireless. What happened? I'm monitoring myself on YouTube. Okay, here's a headphone, wireless, headphone, wireless, test, what's not on? Let me turn on my saxophone, wireless. Coming out. I don't hear anything. Let's check the drums first. Intro should be going in. Not getting anything. Let's go over here. Check the input. My headphone on. We have microphone. So I'm trying to figure out where that feedback. Test, test, test. Figure out where the feedback is coming from. Test, test. Drums off. Test, test. Test. Let me see. There goes the looper pedal. Test. I don't hear my microphone. Test. Test. Let me see if my saxophone is working. I can move this up a little bit. Some more headroom. Okay, saxophone. Okay. Saxophone's working. I can move I don't have enough headroom here. Where I'm looking at, it looks like, oh, I have to see, I know, I have to go by the, by the monitor on YouTube, not by my phone. Okay. Just, I don't hit my microphone though. Just, it's on. Works about, it's on, yeah. It's not synced though. There. Just, there it is. It has to be synced. Has to be synced. Just, just, just. Oh, the microphone don't handle volume level. Just. Let's see something. Test, what? Why does it keep doing that? Let's see. Test, test, test. 1, 2, test. 1, 2. Turn down the treble. It's probably already down. No, it wouldn't be making that high pitched noise if it was all the way down. It is all the way down. Oh, where's my smoothie? Oh. Oh.
Test, 1, 2. I'm gonna erase everything and start again. Okay, let's check. I want to try moving up to a different sound too. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, I'm gonna go all the way up to the highest one and start backwards. Okay, 28. Let's sync it with the pedal. Now it should sync. That's one, yeah, 44. Okay. Start. No, this is. I'm still setting the 70. And it didn't do it yet. Yeah, it's synced. Stop. Okay, I can start and stop from the pedal now. When I do the drums, then it's going to change the it's still start and stop. Okay, it's turning on the looper pedal, so I can turn on the synthesizer from the beat buddy, from the drum, from the extra drum trigger. Got too much headroom here. I can sit back in this chair too. Okay, let's see. I want to see if it's going to record from here. No, it's on play. I think I had to do it from the record. I just recorded that. Oh, I didn't even do a sound check. See how it's coming through. Okay, it is going in.
Okay. Tempo sync. I think I have to, I'm gonna try this. This is the low one first. That's starting. Oh, it's turned down. Okay, that's a loop. I'm gonna see if I can speed up the loop from here. Let's see if I can speed up the loop. It's like it's that simple. I want to do it by hand. I'll speed it up. Oh, it's speeding up. Oh, it is. It is synced. It is synced. And that's the looper pedal. It's synced to the looper pedal. Whoa. So yeah, it's synced to the looper pedal, and it's on and off. I do that over though. Okay, I'll do both feet. I don't hear that. Do it over again. Okay. That's the looper pedal now. And I can sync it, slow it down. Let's see. That syncing. Okay, let's see if we can sync it now. There we go. No, it's not syncing. Let's see. It's gonna sync. It's synced earlier though. Yeah. Oh, I see. Here it is. Maybe I need to switch it back from here. Let me see. I'm gonna push this down and see what happens. figure out how to sync it to the, slow down the rhythm of this from the pedal. Checked it. See, okay, it's syncing now. I see I had to come out, and then I can sync it. Oh, get ready. Let's say we're gonna record. Okay. Okay, it did, it has to go right on the, I thought it was gonna wait for the record, but it doesn't. I have to hit them both at the same time. No, I know I can hit it. I can start that, and then I can hit the pedal. Right here. Okay, I can record. I can stop it from the pedal, play it back. And then I'm going to record on the second track. I'm going to record this on the second track. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, I have two. Let's see what this is. That's the one foot. And stop. Stop and. Okay, I don't want this. Let me see, I'll put this down. Whoop. I don't want to hit that button. I don't want them both playing at the same time. Try this one again. I recorded something on there. Erase. It won't let me erase. Won't let me erase. I think these both are synced together. Stop. It won't let me erase this one. They both playing at the same time. I erase that. Let's do it here. It won't let me erase this one. Erase. See, it's erased down. Hold to delete. Holding it. It's not deleting this. Three times. It doesn't want to delete this. Hold to delete. Oh, I had to push it up for it to delete. That took forever, but I have it now. Now I'm gonna try this. This thing is up or down. I'm gonna try this up and see what happens. Okay. Recording. I'm gonna do it 4 times. That's 3, 4. Okay, that's a loop. Then I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go in the other direction. Stop the drums. Now I'm gonna record on this track. I don't want to play that. Let me see. I don't want this to play. Recording that. I recorded my voice along with that. Okay, my drums off. Okay, that's the first one. Stop. Stop. First one. Second one. Stop. It doesn't play again though. I'm gonna try this with the button down now. Okay. First one, up. Second one, stop. First one, stop. Second one, stop. First one. Oh, and it makes the second one play too. And both of them play. I'm gonna put this up. Play the first one, stop. And just the drums. There goes to the first one. Second one. Stop. And it goes back to the first one. I think that's what I want. So I can have the first one play, I can stop it, and I get the second one. And I can hit it, and it just stop, and go back to the first one. So I can go with my verses. That way I can do my verses. I can do first and second verse, and the middle would be for, the middle one would be for me. The middle one's going to be for me. I had to use the thing. Let me see. Oh, am I triggering the looper? Am I triggering a loop pedal from here? Yeah. I don't want to mess with this. Stop. And if I stop everything except for the drums, yeah, if I want to play the synthesizer, I need to stop, hit stop. And then I had the drums and the synthesizer. And I can do my rolls. And turn on my reverb. Gotta be able to reach this with my foot. Jazz, 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 jazz one, two. Ooh, I know, this microphone is distorting. Stop, jazz, microphone. I might want to move the microphone to a different plug. Test, test, test. Let's try the mic down here. Let's see, I don't think I ever put it in down here before. Test, test, test. It's about the same. Test, test, test. Test, a little distorted, little bit distorted. Where's the volume here? Test, test, test. There's a volume here. Test, 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 test. 1, 2. What is this on? This on delay. Dynamic, 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 volume for dynamic, 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 distortion. I need to keep this way back. You know, I probably might have to pick up a better microphone. I'm gonna have to pick up a better microphone. This is about the least expensive microphone you can get. I have to get a better, put some money into a wireless. I'll put some money into a wireless. Test, test, what is this? Test, test, 1, test, 1, test, test, 1, 2, tone, test, what is this? Test, test, it's not doing anything? Test, what is this? Room. Yeah, room should do something. Room, test, 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 test. 1, 2, test, 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 and test, 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 test. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a better microphone. Test, 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 test. 1, 2, test. 1, 2. I think I like the delay better. Test, 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 test. Okay. So saxophone is about the loudest thing, I think. Saxophone is the loudest thing. A battery just went dead on the saxophone, did turn it off. turn this off. Ooh, it's getting a little cold front coming in here. This is good. In Washington, D.C., that's a good thing. And the microphone's working good. Let me turn that off. I just need to get I think I'm going to invest in a more expensive mic on my phone. Yeah. Now it's just a thing, I just need to just play with the thing. Need to just play with it more. But and the middle one is me. The middle one I can play. Switch to the next song. See what this one sounds like. Go to the next rhythm. That's on, let me see, that's 20, that's the highest one. 27 is the next one. Erase these. Let's see. I can hold down, it's just you hold down or hold up. Okay. That's one. Okay. I had two. This is the first one. Go back to one. If I hit this and I can play two. I can stop it and go back to one. Or I can turn them. Let me see. I can stop them both. Stop them both and I can just turn up the I'm in the middle now. Okay, I have 3 parts now. 3 parts. Stop. All right. I'm good for a minute. Oh, this glass is just sticking up in the air here. They both are even. This one need to be down some. I didn't even look. Oh shoot! I have somebody in the chat room. I didn't even see it. Somebody's been in the chat room today. I can't read. It's too far away. Let me see. I can do plus, command plus to make it bigger. Let's see. Command. Yeah. Let's see. Master Mac. Ooh! Oh boy, I almost got myself that time. Master. What's it say? Master McFeely. Morning, friend. He just says good morning. I wasn't paying attention. Wasn't paying attention. Let me plug in my keyboard so I can communicate more properly. I apologize for not paying attention, Master McFeely. Wasn't paying attention on that one. It snuck up on me. McFeely. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get a more expensive microphone. Oh, it feels like it's trying to get... Why these glasses are always crooked? Why my glasses are always crooked? God told me he remembered me from years ago because I always had the messed up glasses. Okay, I'm gonna guzzle a smoothie. But we do have a little bit of progress here. I can play the first track. That both up. Wait. I can stop it and play the second track. Stop it. Oh no, I can hit the second track, and when I hit the pedal, it'll stop it, and then it'll go back to the first track. Now, if I want to play the synthesizer, I just hit stop and turn up the synth. So I have a 3-part song. My drums, I can turn my drums over my toe or down. And of course the saxophone and the microphone works. The microphone is a little lacking because it's I apologize too for McFeely up in the house. Yeah, let's guzzle the smoothie and I'm gonna get my spaghetti. Let's see how much time we spent this morning. It's not quite 12 o'clock. I'm gonna guzzle this smoothie, go to the car and get my vacuum cleaner, and then I'm gonna come back and eat spaghetti for brunch. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna drink all this. I'll save some of this for tonight. Anyway, I can stop. I can stop from the pedal. I can turn this down and hit the first beat. I can stop, hit the next one. Then I can turn it off and turn on my... Alright, the only thing I'm not doing is my pedal, my drum.
I'm not doing no drum changes. My Cherie Lamar. Okay, we have My Cherie Lamar, You and I, what's this? Whisper? Oh, Careless Whisper. I haven't played that in a long time. That's a good excuse to get back on the piano. Careless Whisper, Just the Two of Us, Let It Go, Let It Be, Let Her Go, Man in the Mirror, A River Flows Through You, A Sweet Child of Mine, Take 5, Autumn Leaves, Black Orpheus, Born to Run, Come Out, Sun to Come Out Tomorrow, Freebird, Misty. The Misty should have been with them jazz standards. The Feather, I Will Survive. That's a good one, I think. That's the one that got the beatbox. I couldn't remember what it was. It's a beatbox. I'm going to erase this. You double tap on this. Wait a minute. And do some feels. Let me go to another, that's 127. I already had 128, 126. 126. It should play for you there. I'm gonna set the sync. Go out. Drums on. Stop. Should stop. Now stopping. There it is. When I stop the synthesizer, then I hit the beat buddy from the remote. Then it syncs the next beat. I'm gonna try the next one. Go down to the next one, and let's see. Oh, it's already pre-synced. Go down to the next one. I'm gonna go out of the pedal, sign out with the pedal, then I hit my tempo. No, I'm still not out. You gotta feel out, outro, then I can do the tempo. Then when I hit the beat and I stop it, it should sync it. Oh, I know I have to stop it first. Then it syncs. Then it syncs with the pedal. After I stop it, then it does. Okay. I have to stop the synthesizer, then it'll sync to the next song though, I think. Yeah. It should sync. I know how to sync it here. I go out. Then I set not completely out. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Then I stop it. Let me see if I can do it without stopping. No, I have to stop it from here. Then I hit the pedal. It'll sync it now. Alright, that went tight there. I'm gonna have to write down all of the ones I like. Or should I go through it one whole time first? Oh, what's that? What a Feeling.
I want to see if I can change the drum rhythm. Come out. Now we can pick another one. Oh, that's Lucy, Linus and Lucy. Don't Stop Believing. I want to try that one. Stop it. Oh, let me slow it down. See if I can slow it down from here. Nah, that's come out. Okay, I'm out. Okay, pedal. Start. Oh, got a little bit of some up in there, man. I mean, the pedal's not directly in front of me. Or anything, the reverb so far away. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the effect. That's right. I forgot about that. Forgot about the effect pedal. Reverb. I'm not even using. Do I have the reverb on in here? Yes, on. It's kind of weak though here. Let's try a loop. Boom. Now I should hit the pedal and the stop. There we go. Now I can play it from the pedal. Turn that down. Okay, I'm gonna record the second one. Here. Stop. There you go. Record in. Auto tweak. Okay. Stop. Turn off my reverb. Now I can play from here. That wasn't as loud. This one's louder. And I can stop. Whoop. Now I can play from here. I can stop and I can play from here. Yeah, I'm going to say the last one. Let's see. And the last one is the highest one. I'm going to say this one for me. Yeah, the high, I do low on the first track. Oh, that's a lot of reverb on there, boy. This thing do have some nice reverb. But you got a nice reverb on here. It's a pedal. Oh, that was the foot pedal. It's like change keys. All right. Let's go to C. Is that C or D? I think that's D. That's right, C. That's C. All right, we got a little something now. I think I deserve to take a break after that. And when I unplug everything and turn it off, it will retain its... I can get a little bit more foot room here, though, you think? Less headroom, more foot room. Whole looper thing. Now my feet are cold. Where's my socks? Socks ain't looper pedal acceptable, but when your feet get cold, I think you can sock yourself up. Where did I put my socks? I took them off for it. They're over there. So, oh, here they are. If it wasn't a snake, it wouldn't bit me. I'm gonna go out to the car and get my vacuum cleaner. Sunday I can park anywhere, as long as it's not in the handicap zone. I wonder what time Anonymous is gonna wake up. All right. I'm going wireless. I can turn that off. Turn off my wireless from the thing to the monitoring system here. So I think I can open my window back up. It feels like it's cooling off out there. Oh, let me listen to myself here. Thank Master Mill McFree. Socks ain't looper pedal acceptable, but when your feet get cold, I think you can sock yourself up. Where did I put my socks? I took them off for it. They're over there. Yeah, I'm getting an idea for the looper pedal, y'all. I think I can go out with this now. I can go out like that. I'm gonna go out to the car and get my vacuum cleaner. I think also smoothie I can drink today. As long as it's not in the handicap zone. Yeah, like it's cooling off a little bit out there. I think I can open this window up. Anonymous is gonna wake up. Alright. I'm going wireless. I can turn that off. Turn off my wireless from the thing to the monitoring system here. So, I think I can open my window back up. It feels like it's cooling off out there. Oh, let me listen to myself here. Lift this up, son. Thank Master Mill. Acceptable.
Yeah, I'm getting an idea for the looper pedal, y'all. I think I can go out with this now. I can go out like that. I'm gonna go out to the car and get my vacuum cleaner. I think all the smoothie I can drink today. Yeah, like it's.
All right, I can sign off if I want, or you can stay with me while I go live out to the car. You can go on my stabilizer. Let me get my stabilizer so get ready to go out to the car. You can go out there with me. It looks like it's cooling off out there a lot, though. Go.
Come back and eat a big bowl of spaghetti, big plate of spaghetti.
Oh! I'm gonna put y'all on hydroponic. Check out my hydro. Now I know why I had my fingernail clipper on. I was gonna take it outside to see if I can unlock my motorcycle. top of my speakers. Turn that down a little bit. Gonna go out to the car. Yeah, my next stop is publishing these old songs I've written long, many years ago. Putting them off for too long. Why did that's got onto my my Vagabond King? That's not supposed to be on there. I don't see it. Stormy weather. Is it okay to play cover tunes? Up for public domain? Isn't jazz standards up for mostly of them up for public domain? Why does it keep playing all these jazz standards? Secret Love. Me and my father used to try to guess what the name of the song was before it started playing. Just from the intro, name that tune. where my head wrapped. I'm gonna move a lot of these plaits over to these dreadlocks. I want to move half of these over to this hat here. This is way too thick in the back. Too much junk in the trunk. Let me see, I don't think it's cold out there. I mean, hot at all compared to the little bit of heat we had a couple of days. Oh yeah, it's drizzling too. It's drizzling too. If I can find something that's going to reflect the rain. Got all kind of jackets. Let's move this over to the stabilizer. You know what? I don't even think I'm going to take my stabilizer. Let me take the batteries out of this thing. I don't need no more phantom power. Listen, okay, you're going to hear the sound quality change when I unscrew this batteries. Listen for the sound quality change. Okay, and it's off and on. I've tried to unscrew this thing without the batteries coming out. Now the phantom power is off now. I'll unplug the phone. Now the phone's on its own built-in speaker now, built-in microphone. Let's go take a walk. I'm gonna find a jacket that's going to. Oh, you know, I should wear my umbrella hat. I don't know if I can wear it with this. I'm not gonna be able to wear it with this. Let's get this over into the. Let's go ahead and try the, not try to see if we can get it. Is it turned off? It's turned off. Let me try it on. All right, what? Went on. Oh, this moves too. I have to sign off and come back because my phone don't want to stay in the stabilizer right.